Do you know one of the absolute best investments you can make for your leadership? I bet it's going to surprise you a little bit because here's the reality. One of the absolute best investments you can make in your leadership is to invest in your communication. Now, did that surprise you? Did that shock you? I bet for some of you it did. Some of you it makes sense because communication is our currency as leaders. And you get to use two different types of currency in your leadership. You get to use healthy communication or you get to use unhealthy communication. And the reality is if you have some type of influence with other people, you get to choose which kind of currency you're going to use. Now, two different types of currency. The first one is healthy communication. Now, healthy communication, here's the reality. Healthy communication is oxygen for your leadership. Healthy communication is oxygen for your leadership. This is the type of communication that fills people up. This is the type of communication that breathes life into people. This is the reality. This is the type of communication that puts the focus on them and off of you. This is healthy communication. This is why we say all the time, it is so important. It is so amazingly important for your leadership to speak with people, not at them. Because when we speak with people, we're choosing healthy communication. You're right. There were two different forms of communication currency. The first one was healthy communication. The second one is unhealthy communication. Now, here's the reality. This is the type of communication that controls people with your words, with your actions, with your body language, with your silence. This is the kind of communication that just sucks the living life out of people and it takes life away. And here's the reality. It puts the focus on you as the communicator. The more that you talk, the more that you're pointing people back to you. This is unhealthy communication or speaking at people. This is why I'm so incredibly excited and passionate and why I spend every single day talking with leaders, posting videos, writing blog posts, writing Facebook posts, because my hope is I will be able to get leaders. I will be able to inspire leaders. I will be able to inspire the people who have influence with other people to choose to communicate in healthy ways. You get to choose which type of currency, healthy or unhealthy. My challenge to you is to choose healthy communication because it will far outweigh the negative effects that unhealthy communication will bring upon you and the people that you're communicating to. So if you want to immediately improve as a healthy communicator, I have three practical action steps for you to take today to take steps to keep improving your communication and to keep marching towards being a healthy communicator. Step number one is this: smile. That's it. Smile. Smiling is so incredibly important. Do you know why it's so important? Because it signals your openness. It signals that you're approachable. It kind of gives that flag to people like, hey, you want to talk. You want to communicate. Smiling is so incredibly important. My grandma Ball, she would tell me, Jason, there are two types of people in this world: beautiful people, ugly people. And the only difference is beautiful people smile. That's just it. Smile. Practical step number one to become a more healthy communicator: smile. Practical step number two, lose the wandering eyes. Lose the eyes. Have you ever talked to somebody and their eyes are just going everywhere, or you're trying to talk to somebody and you pull a Jim from The Office when you're talking to Dwight Schrute and you're staring at their forehead or you're staring off into the side and your eyes are just going everywhere? Take a big deep breath, and before you have a conversation with someone, just look people in the eye. That's all you've got to do. Look them in the eye. Now, you don't have to be and your eyes can wander a little bit, but lose the wandering eyes where you're all over the place. It will really help you. Your eyes are a window into your soul and into you as a human being. So let people see your eyes. Can I just do a sidebar? And if you're a communicator, lose the hat because people can't see your eyes if your hat is covering your eyes. So lose the wandering eyes. And then practical step number 3, stop trying to impress people. Just be you. If you want to take a step towards being a healthy communicator, just Be you. Stop trying to impress. Don't do what Brian Regan, the comedian, says when you try to one-up people. When somebody at the lunch break at work is, talking about how they got a root canal. It was the worst thing ever. And then you're like, oh my goodness, let me tell you about my 7 root canals that I had all at once. No, don't try to overdo it. Just be you. You don't need to impress people. Okay. Moral of the story is, as leaders, your currency is communication. You get your message across. You get people to follow you. You get people to sign on the dotted line by using your communication. You get to choose between healthy and unhealthy communication. Healthy communication is oxygen for your relationships and your leadership. So my challenge to you is to continue choosing healthy communication, to speak with people, not at them.